one down low for the other camera. Whoops. All right. I got a new idea for how we could start the show, okay? Instead of playing like a pre-recorded video thing and a pre-recorded audio thing, what if we did original audio every time and just slapped the logo on it? Let's see how that goes. I figured for this one we'd get crazy with it. I have not one, not two, but 3 celebration guns. So let's get this started with the celebration guns and a scream, okay? What do you think? If you like that intro style better, give me a like. Huh. Done with that. Whoops. Hello. Welcome to Mediocre Metal Monthly with Matt, the show where you get to see what I, Matt, was like before I either figure it out or died. I don't know which one of those is going to happen first, so follow me to find out. We'll find out together. Today we are working with not 1, not 2, but 3 cameras. And we are going to tell the story of how I discovered, lost, and rediscovered the band known as Stormlord. A quick little synopsis of Stormlord. On their Wikipedia page, because I am lazy, they are described as an extreme metal or extreme epic metal band, and they're from Rome, Italy. Didn't know that until 6 minutes ago. a lot of their songs. Oh, you simply must go listen. I would play them here if I wasn't worried about copyright infringement. You simply must listen to their songs. Anyway, back to the main story here. About a decade ago, let's say it was about 2010, I would have been in sophomore year of high school, and I was looking for the sound. You see, I had started my musical journey with a band called Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and if you've never heard of them, you should go listen. It's like, they took classical music, right, and they took metal, and they combined them together, and they formed a beautiful union of style. And ultimately what I wanted was something that was a little bit heavier than what they had to offer, but still with the same production value. I'm talking, I wanted, you know, some guitarist up at the front laying down some... with the choir in the background being all like... I'm looking for minor tonality. I'm looking for specifically slow chugging metal. I think the closest thing that I found to what I was actually looking for was the album Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold, because it has that grassroots metal sound, that slow chugging evil death is coming and it's falling from the sky and we're all gonna die. Oh my god. There's Latin being sung by a choir in the background and it all just comes together so well, and it's exactly what I was looking for. And the tool I was using to try and find that epic metal sound was Pandora. Now, if you don't remember Pandora, the big deal at the time was Pandora was a website where you could look up a song and you could make a radio station that would play things that were similar to that song or artist. Now, I realize that's not so revolutionary now when almost everything does that. I bet you, like Spotify, you can go on there and set up song radio. You can still go on Pandora and do the same thing, but it was a big innovation at the time, at least as far as I knew, because listening to regular radio, it was like you would eventually hear maybe one song that you liked and then the rest of it would be garbage, or it would play the same songs over and over again, and then you'd have to listen to a bunch of ads and listen to people talk and all that stuff. So Pandora, I got on there and I started looking up Trans-Siberian Orchestra, like give me the goods. And they were throwing out things like Metallica and Megadeth, and those were cool and I really got into them, but they weren't quite what I was looking for. So I kept searching, and you know, the way that you give feedback to Pandora is by hitting like and skip and dislike and all that stuff, and it would take those suggestions and it would play you different things based on that. And I remember, I don't think this is a feature anymore, but I remember as I got deeper and deeper into the metal genre, I would look at the tags, because they would tag everything with the different elements. Like somebody went through and they were like, well, this song has minor tonality, and this song has excellent musicianship, and this song has excessive vamping. And one of my favorites that I would come across, especially with the heavier metal bands, was they would have a tag that would say, unintelligible vocal delivery. Unintelligible vocal delivery, which I get that, but it sounds specifically like somebody who wasn't into metal was sitting down at their computer and listening to these songs, and they would tag them, and so he's like listening and just sounds like he heard that sound and he was just like, oh, I hate this, I can't tell what they're saying, it has a unintelligible vocal delivery. And so as a listener, you know, you're going through, and I can't imagine any metalhead. Oh, maybe I can. Maybe it's not so far-fetched that somebody would be listening to music and they were like, okay, maybe I kind of like it, but what's the big and then they hear that and they're just like, it's exactly what I've been looking for. It has unintelligible vocal delivery. So that's pretty much what the tool I was working with. So I'm playing the Pandora algorithm, and I was liking things that had epic sound, and I was disliking things that sounded like garbage. And eventually, in all of that searching and all of that playing with the algorithm and playing with what I liked and what I disliked, I came across a song. A song that was so awesome, I thought, I found it. I found the sound that I was looking for. It had heavy metal instrumentation. It had a sophisticated symphonic background going on. It was everything that I was looking for, but I must have been in a hurry when I heard that song because I failed to save it, and it was lost to me. I remember it had some kind of red image for the cover, for the track cover. It had a reddish image and maybe a silhouetted figure in the foreground holding some kind of weapon, and the title was something like At the Gates, right? The problem is that there is already a metal band out there called At the Gates. And when I tried to look up At the Gates, I got that band, and it was not what I was looking for at all, not even close. And so I was like, oh no, At the Gates of Perdition, At the Gates of Death, at the hot gates, at the gates of hell, at the, I looked up every permutation I could think of to try and find this song again, and I could not find it. And eventually I just gave up, right? I gave up. I had found the Holy Grail. I had found the perfect thing that I was exactly looking for, the exact sound that I was looking for on my Pandora quest, and I lost it. So then fast forward to 10 years later, and I finally get a Spotify premium account, and I'm putting on Song Radio, and I'm looking again. Once again, I've resumed the search for this epic metal. And now, like Future, I've grown up a little bit. I know a little bit more about what I'm looking for. But I desperately wanted to find that original song that I had found 10 years ago. And so I kept looking and looking and looking, and I eventually came across a band called Stormlord. Now, I didn't find the same song immediately. I found a different song. I think the one that I came across on Spotify Radio was called Leviathan. Yes, the song that I found on this decade later quest for the perfect sound was called Leviathan. And if you haven't heard that song, Leviathan by Stormlord on the album Far, phenomenal.
It is a phenomenal song. You should go listen to it right now.
Bob, oh no, I've only got 18 minutes before the intimacy camera runs out of battery.
We must hurry up the story before the camera dies.
Now, once I found the song Leviathan on the Far album, I was like, oh, I like this band. They sound very good. And I looked through their old albums, and what did I find? What did I find? I found an album called At the Gates of Utopia. At the Gates. And not only that, but it had a mostly red-orange cover with a dude in the foreground holding a weapon. He was holding a weapon!
I think it is time for me to fire another one of the celebration guns. Are you ready?
I had found the exact sound I was looking for that I had found 10 years prior. Oh, it was like being struck by lightning and getting to live. And then getting struck by lightning again. And still getting to live. Bad analogy, but you get the idea. Anyway, I'm thinking I gotta wrap up the episode here. So, here's what I'll say. Go listen to a couple of songs by Stormlord. Please, because they're amazing. They seriously do not have as many views or as many listens on Spotify as they ought to. I think their highest song only has 360,000 views. What the heck? They should have millions. Millions! So, 2 top song recommendations. Leviathan, definitely. And At the Gates of Utopia, very good. Go listen, right now. Don't disappoint me. I have set a goal for myself to attain 100 followers. You could be one of them by hitting the follow button. Subscribe, I should say. I would greatly appreciate it. I also want to get 20 likes on this video. I give you permission to like this video now. Alright, this has been Mediocre Metal Monthly with Matt. I am Matt, and this has been my show. And you can also find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Mediocre Metal Matt. Huh, I wonder if we should do custom outros too. See ya!